Morning all. 94 days till Ironman. Just off now for a 1600 metre swim, and then tonight I've got a 45-minute bike session, hard bike session, which I'll be doing on the turbo at home. Feeling pretty good, to be honest. You can tell, well I can tell, that my legs are aching and that I've been exercising more so than I would normally. Feeling a few twinges in places that are relatively new, have not had any issues with before. Last night before getting into bed, just stretched out some of those areas, predominantly my glutes actually, and my lower back. As you can see, it's a nice day, still very cold. It's just above zero, which is a shame really that I've got to swim this morning, because I wouldn't have minded getting out on the road for a bit of road running. But I'm sticking to my programme as much as I can. Just want to mention this morning, a friend of mine Facebook messaged me last night asking me about calories, how many calories I'm on, and I tend to not subscribe to the whole calorie thing, and the reason being is you've got to trust your instinct of what you think is right. Now, a banana is X number of calories, and a chocolate bar is X number of calories. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can consume a chocolate bar because it fits within your daily intake of calories. For me, it's about keeping it simple. And one thing my father always used to say to me was, in everything we do, keep it simple, stupid. He wasn't calling me stupid, but he was highlighting that there's no need to start thinking too complex. There's no reason really to complicate anything. And if we think about the most successful business owners out there, like the Apples, they've really just kept things simple, black and white as a colour, one button to start the device. So I'm doing the same thing with my diet. I did mention earlier in the week, last week, about what I will be consuming, and it is literally everything simplified. We're getting all of my vitamins and minerals through fruits and vegetables, predominantly salads really. My fats will be coming from nuts, seeds, avocados. There'll be some animal fats in there, obviously by consuming animal as a protein. I may later in the programme, depending on how I feel, replace some of the animal protein towards more of a vegetarian or a pescatarian diet, but for now I'm keeping with what I know. So my calorie intake is around about the 3,000 mark, and I've calculated it a couple of times with a few different ingredients, and it always comes around within 100 calories of 3,000 calories. So that's really going to be my target for every day, but in the same sense, I'm not really going to be focusing on the calorie intake, but more so how my body's feeling. If I feel lethargic, I feel tired, I haven't got the energy, I'm not sleeping, then I'm going to increase the carbohydrates. If I don't feel that my muscles are repairing quick enough, and I feel that they're aching for a little bit too long, and then I'm not able to really complete the distances, then I'll increase the protein to ensure that I'm getting the branched chain amino acids to repair the muscles. So I think it's a bit of a balancing act, but I also think that it's, unless as an age grouper, it doesn't really matter. You're not aiming, or I'm not aiming for that physical perfection. of what the pros are looking to achieve. You know, there's no point me subscribing up to a nutritionist and them going through. I know that if I keep my diet basic and I'm not consuming, you know, saturated fats, if I'm not consuming masses of microwave meals or anything like that, and I just keep things really simple, then I can't really go far wrong. I am taking, in supplement sense, just 2 essential oils, so cod liver oil on 3 omegas 3, 6 and 9, just to help with a bit of oiling of the joints, and iron. Now, although I'm not iron deficient, some blood tests I had years ago said I was relatively low, and that again may have been down to my diet at the time, but just to ensure that it's not an issue this time, I just have a very low dosage of iron tablets. Apart from that, I'm not taking any other supplements, so no additional protein. I think from my diet I get plenty of protein through animal and through, you know, the other sources. Snacks I mentioned last night, nuts, seeds, fruit predominantly. Again, nothing complex there. Hydration, water and coconut water, and coffee, black coffee. Again, I've never been one to have lots of juices or sweets or Coca-Cola or any other branded fizzy pops. Just water. Again, just keeping it really simple. So I've just arrived at the gym now, off for a 1600 metre swim. So I just did 1600 metres in the pool, divided into 2 500s and then a 600. Felt relatively good. It's quite busy in the pool, so there was quite a lot of weaving in and out of people. But overall, actually helped loosen up some of the muscles which were slightly tighter this morning. So feeling happy. Just refeeding with a banana. Heading home now for some more food and some light reading. As you can see, it's a lovely day, so may head out for a couple of hours. Post-training nutrition. Got some scrambled eggs, tomatoes covered in salt, rock salt, and just a basic mixed leaf salad. So one of the guys at the gym asked me what I did for puddings or sweets if I was having them. Now, normally I wouldn't have a sweet, but I do like ice cream, and I'm a sucker for ice cream. So what I thought I'd do is share with you 3 ingredients which are very, very simple and produce a magical ice cream. So that is peanut butter, pretty much a whole jar of organic peanut butter, around about 12-15 bananas chopped and frozen, and some coconut water. And all you do is put them all in a blender and blend up. So what I tend to do is do a big batch and then put it in a Tupperware pot and just put it back in the freezer. As you can see, it produces a good size, a good amount of ice cream. It's probably a little bit soft at the moment. There we have it, homemade ice cream using 3 ingredients topped with a bit of honey. Just prepping dinner. We've got chicken breasts cut into Dijon sizes. In this mix I've simply blended some toasted wholemeal bread, added in some mixed herbs and spices, paprika and chili flakes and chili powder, salt and pepper. Just give it a good old coating. I tend not to use egg in order to stick. I either use a good quality butter or a olive oil, and then these will literally just go in the oven for about 20 minutes, or until cooked. So they're fully coated. You can see the herbs and spices over them, already looking good, even pre-cooked. Just started 45 minutes on the bike, hard session. Going to try and keep the heart rate zone between 3.5 and 4.5 for the whole 45 minutes. Keeping the RPM high and throwing in a couple of climbs at random points. That's it from me today. Just about to sit down, have my evening meal and get my head into Training Food, a new book that I picked up today. So I'll see you tomorrow.